Good morning, students. Hope all of you are well. And in my last class, I discussed about the different types of physical changes and chemical changes. And today, mainly we'll discuss the physical changes. Okay. Actually, all changes in this world can be broadly classified into two categories. One is physical change, another is chemical change. So today we will discuss only the physical change. Okay. In physical changes, no new substance is formed, and the chemical composition of the substance remains the same. The only change physical properties and states, maybe colors or maybe size. Okay. So this type of change is temporary change. It is not a permanent change. Okay. So these physical changes can be easily reversed by simple methods. We can take example of melting of ice. So melting of ice is an example of physical change. And here the solid ice is converting into liquid state. So here ice, and if we apply heat, definitely what will happen? It will melt and it will become liquid. That means water, liquid water. And again, if we cool this, then it will turn liquid water to ice. Okay. So if you place this water, okay, in fridge, or you can tell the refrigerator, then this water will turn into ice. Okay. So that means these are easily reversible. And in this case, both in ice and water, there is no change in the chemical composition of water. Only the state is changing. Okay. So again, if we apply heat to water, so here if we apply heat to water, what will happen? Definitely it will turn into vapor, water vapor. So here also there is change of state. Liquid is converting into gaseous state. Okay. And if we cool the steam, what will happen? We will get back this liquid water. So what we are observing here? So this process is easily reversible and there is no change in the chemical composition. So definitely it is a physical change. Hope you can understand. Similarly, if you take some sugar, okay, and dissolve in water, so this is also a physical change. And if you evaporate the water or if you crystallize the sugar, so you have to take the saturated solution of sugar crystal and you have to keep it for a long time, then the sugar crystals will precipitate. Okay. And in this way we can easily recover these crystals of sugar, and this process is very slow process, and this process is called crystallization process. Now cutting of paper or any vegetable like carrot, this is also a physical change. Here when we cut the carrot, the size of the carrot is changing, but the compositions remain same in the small piece of carrot. So after cutting we cannot get back the original carrot. So it is definitely a physical change. Here one carrot is there, I am showing you by activity. So if we cut it, so we have cut it. So now in both this piece, okay, the composition is same. Now size also changes, okay, but we cannot add these two easily, okay, not possible also, okay, to get back the original. So we can tell it is not reversible, okay. So this thing we can tell this is a physical change but irreversible change, okay. Now we can take one balloon, if we blow it, then it will swell, okay. That means blowing of balloon. and if we release the air, then what will happen? We will get back to this original position. This is also a physical change. Okay. Now, if we take a piece of paper and if we cut it into different pieces, so what is happening here? It is becoming small size. So again, if we cut, so that means the size of the paper, okay, decreases. But we know that paper is made of what? Cellulose. So here composition is same in all cases, okay. So definitely this is a physical change, but it is not reversible. That is irreversible physical change, okay. And preparation of roti from the dough, we can give any shape and can change it back into ball dough, okay. So this is also a physical change. Now, if we take a chalk pencil and if we crush it into dust, okay, so it is not possible to form it chalk again, okay, very easily. So this is also one type of physical changes. So in our nature, there are different types of physical changes that you have to classify, okay. So questions will come. There will be different types of changes. From there you have to find out which one is chemical change and which one is physical change. Okay. Next, there are some changes, okay, that is called the sublimation. That means when we apply heat to some solid substances, it directly grow from solid to gas. Here what is happening? This is solid state. When you are applying, it is going to liquid state, then from liquid state it is going to the gaseous state. But when we apply heat to solid, when directly go into gaseous state, and if we cool this gas, then it will come back to the solid state, and this process is called sublimation. Okay, so we can take the example of camphor. Already we have shown in one day, so today again I am showing you that heating of camphor. So this is one very small piece of camphor, okay, I am taking in a test tube, okay. Now we will apply heat. And this is called test tube holder, okay. These are all taken from our school lab. And this is called spirit lamp, okay. Inside there is spirit. Now just in the mouth of the test tube we are giving some cotton, okay, so that the gas cannot go outside of this test tube. Now we will apply heat to this camphor. Now observe what is happening. It is turning into solid state just above. Actually it is not pure, okay, and solid is converted into solid is converted into gas, and again the upper portion of this test tube is cold, okay. That is why again it is turning into solid state, okay. And this is called the white sublimate. So in this way we can easily show you the formation of sublimation. Another we can show that iodine crystal also have sublimation property. That also I can show you. So in test tube I am taking some iodine crystals. and it is grayish color. You see, iodine crystal, grayish black. Now here if we apply heat, what will happen? It directly go to the gaseous state, from solid state to gaseous state. And you see that one brown color vapor is forming. Sorry, violet color vapor is forming. Here you see able to see this. Violet color vapor is coming. Okay. Just above again it turns into solid because the upper side of the test tube, okay, upper side of the test tube is cold, okay, cool, and that is why this is again converting to the gaseous state to the solid state. Again if we apply heat to this portion, where iodine crystals, okay, are present, again it is forming that violet vapors, okay, of iodine. So here you will be able to see that violet vapor is coming. Okay, so this is also sublimation process. Okay, so here it is a physical change. Okay, here the solid is converting into the gaseous state. Okay, we can tell about the different types of sublimable substance like ammonium chloride, camphor, naphthalene, dry ice. Dry ice is solid carbon dioxide, solid form of the carbon dioxide. Okay, iodine crystals. These all have that sublimation property. When you will apply heat to these solid substances, it directly go to the gaseous state. Hope you can understand. So finally we will discuss the characteristics of the physical changes. So first we told that no new substance is formed here. Only there will be change of state or color like this. Okay. So there is no change in the composition or chemical composition of the substance. And this change is temporary. It is not a permanent change. And in this case the physical changes is reversible. Okay. And here the state, size, shape and color, smell of the substance may change, okay, in case of these physical changes. And another one very important characteristic is that these type of changes may or may not be accompanied by or exchange of energy, okay, during this physical change. Okay, suppose when we are applying it, that means absorbing energy, okay, but in chemical reaction what is happening? There will be formation of heat or there will be absorption of heat. When we are breaking a chemical bond, then heat is required, and when bond is formed, there will be liberation of energy. Okay, so hope you can understand. Next we shall discuss some important points or important terms in physical changes. First we will discuss that freezing point. Freezing point. Now what is freezing point? It is the temperature at which a liquid starts changing into solid state at a given pressure. Okay, like freezing point of that water is 0 degree centigrade or 273 Kelvin, and this process is called freezing. Hope you can understand. So in this case liquid changes into solid state. Next we will discuss the melting point. Now melting point is a temperature. So it is the temperature when a solid starts melting into liquid. We can think about the example of ice. Melting point of ice is 0 degree centigrade, and this process in which solid melts into liquid, this is called melting. Next we will discuss boiling point. Now what is boiling point? It is the temperature at which a liquid starts changing into its vapor on heating at a given pressure. Actually, when we boil the water, definitely inside there will be vapor pressure, okay, or water vapor pressure will be there, and outside atmospheric pressure is there. When these two pressure is equal, then the liquid starts boiling, okay. And this process, that means when this liquid is converting into the gaseous state or vapor state, and this process is called boiling. Hope you can understand. Next we will discuss evaporation. Now, evaporation, it is a process where a liquid state changes into vapor state at any temperature below its boiling point. It's called evaporation. All of you know the formation of cloud. Okay, so cloud in the sky, that is forming by evaporation of the river water, lake water, sea water, well water, pond water, etc. Okay, next we will discuss the condensation. So condensation, this is a process in which a substance in the vapor or gaseous state changes into the liquid state. Okay, upon cooling is called condensation. And condensation point, that will be a particular temperature at which a gaseous substance starts changing into liquid state on cooling, and that is called the condensation point. So hope you can understand. And today up to this, and next day we will discuss the difference between the boiling and evaporation, and then chemical changes. So today up to this, thank you.